Hello everyone, let's create an evil eye dot mandala on this 23-inch MDF board. Here I have drawn circles, created grids. Let us look at the measurements now. The angles, first I have found the center point, drew the center line that divides the entire board into half, and then the angles are marked at 30, 60, 90, 120, 150. Same thing is what I have followed in this part of the circle. So here 30, 60, 90, 120 and 150. So 0 and 180 falls here, so let us not worry about that. And when it comes to the evil eye dot mandala, so first two will be black and second two will be light blue, then white and then dark blue. So here I am going to walk the dots with different leaf kind of a pattern, so let us leave it at that. So how I have created, there is no specific measurements with which I drew circles. All I did was I should be able to use this blue color tool. So I had kept this blue tool and then left a little space and marked a dot. Based on that I have drawn the circles too. So that's how I did. And for these three circles here, the 4 circles here, for dotting these light blue, white and dark blue, the same evil eye color. Again, I followed the same fundamental of keeping this blue tool and then marked, leaving a little space, marked a dot and then drew circles. The same pattern whichever I do here will be repeated here as well. So let's start dotting. These are the colors that I'm going to use in this dot mandala, evil eye dot mandala: black, white, light blue and dark blue. I'll now keep a black dot in the center. That's how the evil eye dot mandala starts. In the next circle as well, using this blue tool, I'm going to keep black dots only. I've kept black dots on every alternative line. Now I have space between black dots, so I'm just going to keep a straight swipe. Now I'm going to keep light blue dots in the next 2 circles. I'll now keep 2 tiny dots in between any 2 blue dots here, because there's a lot of space. In the next circle also I'm going to keep light blue dots only. Now I have a lot of space in between any 2 dots here, so I'm going to keep 2 side swipes. Even after keeping swipes, I still have space to keep 2 dots, so I'm going to do that. Now the next 2 circles I'm going to keep white color dots. So as I dot on the line, in between I could keep a dot and I still have space between any 2 dots, which I'll fill in using 2 tiny dots later. Now using this nail art tool, I'm going to keep a straight swipe. One more circle of white dots. In this circle, after keeping dots on the line, I'm keeping a dot in the middle as well. And then to fill in the space, I'll keep 2 side swipes. I'm using this, the biggest dotting tool I have, because I'm going to top dot it with 3 more colors like black, light blue, white and dark blue. So I'm using the base color with the biggest tool. Now around each black dot, I'm going to keep 5 layers of walking the dots like this. So in the set of 8 dotting tools, I have these 3 plain tools. One is big, the other one is medium, the other one is small. So I'm going to keep this small tool aside. I'm not going to use it now. I'll use this medium and the big tool. So out of the 5 layers of walking the dots here, 2 layers of light blue, 1 white and 2 dark blue. That's how I'm going to do. So for the first 3 layers, top dot will be done with this medium tool, and for the 4th and 5th it will be with the big tool. Now let me do the top dot now. Now I'll do the first layer of walking the dots. I somehow feel this paint is little thick, so I'm using pouring medium to thin the paint a little, and I'll mix it up nicely. I don't use water to thin the paint, only pouring medium, because that's when the dots after drying doesn't crack out. Now I'll continue walking the dots. I somehow feel after thinning the paint it's a bit easier. Now I'll top dot the center dot with light blue. Now the second layer of walking the dots. Now having kept the white top dots, I'm going to walk the dots now using this metal tool, small ball side of it. Now 2 more layers of dark blue dots. So I'm keeping the top dot now. I'm now keeping another layer of top dots. So I'm going to walk the dots now. I'm going to work the dots. This is the second layer of dark blue working the dots. Now I'm going to keep a dark blue swipe here in the middle, and then probably two side swipes, one in white, the other one in light blue. That's what I'm planning to fill up the space here. Now I'm keeping white center dot. Now another layer of light blue swipes is what I'm going to add here. Now in this circle I'm going to keep light blue dots. First I'll dot on the lines and then choose either the dots or some other patterns depending on the space in the middle. So looks like I can keep 7 dots in the middle. So I'll continue the same pattern throughout this circle. Now I'm going to keep 2 tiny dots at the top and at the bottom. Now I'm going to keep white dots in the next circle. I am now keeping two tiny white dots in between dots here, and I'm going to follow this throughout this entire circle. Now I'm going to keep dark blue dots here. Now I'm going to keep a dark blue dot in the center. Now I'll keep light blue dots on all these black dots that I kept here. On all these black dots, I'm now going to keep a light blue dot on the top. I'm going to keep white tiny dots in between blue color dots here. On all these white dots, I'm going to keep black dot. Now on all these lines, I'm going to keep black dots using this tool. So in this space also, I'm going to follow the same pattern as I have done here. So there's absolutely no change. Maybe the size of the dots and the swipes may vary, but the pattern is exactly the same. So let us start dotting here.